Hello, welcome back to Fire Horizons Gaming. My name is Ben, and today we're going to continue on with Suzerain. The last time out, we just kind of gotten started, so we had some discussions about what our focus are going to be on our early term, as well as our economy. So yeah, let's pick it up here. So we've got a whole ton of reports, bunch of newspapers. Let's go and start with the newspapers, why not? Alright, from Swordland today, sorry. Economy meeting held in Holsword. Contacts close to the government reported this yesterday. Swordland's economic policy has been planned behind closed doors. Shortly after the meeting that was also attended by President Rain, the Ministry of Economy has released a statement regarding their short-term economic plans, which include the promotion of a planned economy. Cool. And see, from the Lockhaven Times, freezing temperatures recorded. The Meteorological Institute has reported a record low temperature of -29 in the city of Suzerain. A warning for frostbite has been issued in the cities of southern Bergia. People are advised not to go out unless they must due to the risk of frostbite. Schools are closed for this period. Cool. Alright, the Radical. Nationalist violence. The man in his 20s has been beaten with baseball bats in a paramilitary-style attack in Arbory. The man claims to have been attacked because of his ethnic background as an agnosort citizen. He was approached during a walk to the park by a group of right-wing extremists who were suspected of being regulars at the local National Front Party office. The group inflicted injuries to his legs and arms, police said. The man was brought to the hospital after making his way to nearby property. Police service of Arbory said it was a brutal attack for which there is no justification. There is no place for attacks such as this in our society, said Eric Neal, mayor of Arbory. He called for unity and urged restraint from the populace. Fantastic. Alright, and last up here from The Economists. Armadine Industries pioneering electronics. A new prototype for the first pocket radio is displayed by the Arcadian electronics company Armadine Industries in Ventry City. After 6 years of research, the engineers behind the pocket transistor radio have revealed that the material science questions regarding the composites have been solved. The company is now filing patents for the product. The CEO of Armadine, Aaron Bridges, is predicting an IPO at VCSE in the upcoming years. In a bid to raise further investment, Mr. Bridges has called for all venture capitalists who believe in the future of science and technology in the marketplace to invest in the company. President of Arcadia, Dwight Walker, praised the bright minds of Arcadian engineers following the announcement, called for further technological advancements for the military-industrial complex. Cool. Of course, the new technologies are immediately being picked up by the military. Nice. Alright, let's check out some of these reports. Now, first up from Morna, increasing unemployment. The number of people filing for unemployment in Morna continues to rise as the recession continues. Change in economic conditions is historic and stunning in its speed, said the mayor of Morna. In the aftermath of the crisis of 51, the unemployment rate in Morna rose to 9% in the following year. The last 6 months have almost erased all gains in employment over the last 2 decades. That's good. That's definitely something we'll have to try to tackle here soon. Alright, from Sarna, promising agricultural growth. For the first time in years, the agricultural output of Sarna has increased. Many experts think the increased output is both a drop in temperatures and new farming practices have been adopted in recent years. Additionally, farmers are now accessing more generous credit allowances from the government that were left over from the Alfonso administration. The Ministry of Agriculture reports that the region's agricultural industry has the potential to become a powerhouse in the future if investments persist. That's pretty sweet. Alright, Gelsword, Infrastructure Report. Recession led to reduction in rail assets, with more than a fifth of the railway network, itself antiquated, being mothballed in recent years. While the main lines of the railway network are currently in service, increasing demand in goods from Gelsword to the capital is pushing the network to its limits. The rail signaling system in the region dates from the middle of the last century and is also in need of improvement. Awesome. Well, we might actually be improving the railway, I'm not positive. And infrastructure report from Lenkirk. The recent collapse of the tourism industry in Lenkirk has led to a reduction in trade traffic and road maintenance. The road network is currently in service, but is in need of substantial improvement. Ports, country roads, and bridges similarly suffer from a lack of investment. Firms doing business in Lenkirk report a significant shortage of warehousing facilities, particularly refrigerated facilities. The implications both for the transportation system and the ability to serve the population's basic food and health needs. Cool. Well, it's bad for them. I'm pretty sure we're investing in the railroad again. But let's see, that appears to be everything, so let's go to Whole Sword. Finish up their initial meetings here. So, meeting on media strategy. Lucy and Peter arrived at my office to talk about recent developments and the media strategy. They both took their seats across from me. Lucian put on his reading glasses and quickly went over some documents. Peter turned to Lucian and nodded.
Greetings, gentlemen. I've just received further information from the interior about the sudden fire that broke out at Whole Sword State University archives nearby.
Alright, tell me more.
The initial reports from Whole Sword Police Chief indicated a potential arson case. In accordance with further suspicion, the Solus Intelligence Director has been called.
Is this idea really necessary for this? Why would anyone hit the archives of the university in the first place? I see no logical motive there.
It seems like the Chief suspects forward sabotage. They informed us that a large section of the archive has been destroyed. It included tens of thousands of our globally recognized research documents and original by the great thinkers of our people.
Yeah, it's a shame so much knowledge was lost.
Luckily, most originals have copies in other universities and some international libraries. My favorite book's original, The Geopolitics of Solden by Herman Eckel, was destroyed too.
Maybe it was just a fire accident. We do have copies of most important works, and no single fire can eradicate our knowledge. I also see no point destroying employee records either. More importantly, Lucian mentioned that Marcel Cronte contacted him. Cronte had always been known as one of the richest, most influential families in Swordland. Marcel was no exception. He was the oldest son of Conrad Caronte, the industrialist and media mogul who founded Heart of Swordland, the richest man in the entirety of Swordland. And Lucian turned to me.
He offered to meet with you, Mr. President.
Why is Conrad sending his son? He unfortunately passed away today.
Whoopsie doodle. After the passing of his father, may he rest in peace, Marcel aims to become the next CEO of the Heart of Swordland conglomerate. He mentioned a productive collaboration.
They are a powerful and influential media conglomerate. To start with, they own the Swordland Today newspaper, such Broadcasting Corporation,
which means it would be wise to have them on our side. Sorry for interrupting. You would have just kept going.
Okay, what does this productive collaboration entail?
He did not wish to explain the details over the phone, but rather in person. I believe I'll be receiving a call from him sometime soon. However, as Peter said, they have substantial power over the content and media outlets, headlines, radio shows. That is what he would be offering. What he wants to return is what we need to understand. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. First, we need to determine our general approach to media.
I'm no media expert, but Lucy made some very interesting arguments at the preparation meeting yesterday.
There are two ways we can approach media. One of them is by influencing it, which has clear advantages. The other one is keeping it independent.
Cool, alright. Let's see, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do on this one. Alright, I'm pretty sure we want to control the media since... Yeah, that just makes sense. Media is a tool to be used.
I agree. Media plays a huge role in adapting public opinion towards our views and policies, while helping us avoid damage from scandals and mistakes. While I do acknowledge this will sound a bit harsh, I certainly believe that our perspective, knowledge, and experience allows us to have superior judgment compared to the average soldier citizen.
I see what you're getting at. I agree with Lucian, but why the assumption there'll be scandals and mistakes? Because y'all are human and probably stupid.
We can always hope for the best, but do we really think that nothing can go wrong, especially considering the very recent history of Solden?
2 knocks were heard on the door. Who is it? Aw. It's Livia, Mr. President. Suna, my new secretary, entered the office. Dark curls bounced as she crossed the room to my desk. She spoke with slight lilt in her voice. Excuse me, Mr. President. Mr. Cloud's secretary has been calling me, and wanted me to relay a message. Marcel Cronte, the new CEO for House of Swordland Conglomerate, is on the line from Mr. Glad. Oh, well, balls in our court now.
Would you like to talk to him, sir? Would you like me to?
You do it. Connect the line to my office. Right away, sir. Connecting the call to line 1. Olivia left the room and the phone started ringing. Lucian picked up the phone and started to listen. A few minutes passed as the two talked over the phone.
Good news indeed. Congratulations, Mr. Cronte. Thank you for contacting me about this. We'll talk later.
Lucian put the phone down. What was so important that I couldn't wait?
He was just elected CEO by the board of directors. He offered a partnership deal regarding his media branch. He's inviting us to his resort near Conrad for a meeting.
The board has decided rather quickly. It seems like it gave him the confidence to approach us again.
He's going to offer a real deal now. And now has the power of the conglomerate too. Choice up to you, Mr. President. I can set up the meeting soon.
Yeah, bro, do it. Arrange the meeting.
I'll set things up right away. Expect a worthwhile meeting next month.
Let's set up the vote next month. What if he has a pool?
Lucian looked at his watch. It appears we're done for today. We'll continue where we left off later. Thank you for your time.
Good work, Marcel. Keep it up. Lucian Peter nodded before gathering the documents leaving my office. We were already getting the attention of key figures, and potentially dangerous ones. Sweetness. Alright. Wow, a whole bunch of newspapers again. Two of them from Suzerain today. The suspicious fire ravaged HSU. The reactor of the HSU Standard Navik reported that a fire broke out in the Archives University Academic Institution Administration Building, causing damage to scientific and other types of documents. The Emerald Hospital reported that 5 wounded people are being taken care of, but in stable condition. After the fire was put out by firefighters, the Swordfish Intelligence Directorate cordoned the scene in suspicion of foreign subversive interference. Several academics, whatever, I don't care, including Herman Ecklev, stepped forward with concern regarding the status of many famous academic papers and recognitions stored in the archives. Ecklev was quoted saying, "Our great quest of knowledge should have been protected better." And Conrad Caranti passed away. First and most important modern entrepreneur Sordon has ever seen, sadly passed away today. People looked up to Conrad Caranti as a figure of success, respect, and wealth. After his immediate passing, his son Marcel Caranti took over his title as the new CEO of the Heart of Sordon conglomerate. Alright, from the Radical, glorious inaugural ball. A whole sort of elite gathers for a lavish state ball. Many citizens in the country are uncertain about their own future, but the state has no problems with wasting taxpayers' money right from the start. We demand that these traditions of wasteful nature will become a thing of the past once the present settles in. The team here at the Radical will keep fighting for a better, more equal tomorrow for all. And Geopolitica, Sordlin's regional trade. As Raid administration starts its first term, there is a question in all of our heads. What will be the regional international trade policy? Due to the strategic geopolitical location of Sordlin, historically, Agnolia and Vale have been natural trading partners. Depending on the direction of the Rain administration, we think it is likely the new trade deal will be brokered with at least one of these partners in the near term. All in all, regardless of which trading partners the administration decides to go with, one thing is for sure, regional trade will boost the alien economy. The real question is, what does Vogsland or Lesby think about Sordlin? That is a very good question. Alright, from our journal, it just says we agreed to meet with Marcel. Let's see, the Codex, just updating on Conrad Caranti. Yeah, it looks like it's everything. Alright, what else is going on in Sordlin here? Alright, let's do these real quick. Alright. So, SID joins HSU fire investigation. Further investigations by the police department reveal a potential arson case with no identified suspects yet. The police chief of Holsor has voiced concern about suspected sabotage by a foreign nation, inviting the Swordfish Intelligence Directorate in the investigation to expand the investigation. The area is cordoned off from the public to discover further evidence. Sweet. And a party committee report. The Reform Committee reports that any potential change to the Constitution in the direction of the reformers will likely result in strong opposition from the National Front Party. Members of the Assembly in support of such direction seem to be in great numbers and possibly make up a majority in the Grand National Assembly, while most members of the USP seem reluctant about supporting such changes. Of course they do. Alright. And let's take a look at the campaign finance bill here. So, the Electoral Campaign Finance Bill. Criteria for the allocation of public funds shall no longer be according to the number of votes won in the general election by a political party. The new criteria shall be the promotion of seats won by a political party in the Assembly. Political parties shall receive an annual amount of 500,000 Ren per member of the Assembly. This results in doubling of the USP election budget and a slight increase in other parties in the Assembly, while effectively removing all funding from parties that are below 10% of the election threshold. Alright, let me double check. I'm 90% sure we want to veto this, though. Yes, we definitely want to veto that. Alright. So, there we go. That bill is no more. 2 more newspapers again. Alright, Holsor Post. President vetoes bill. The campaign finance bill has been vetoed by President Rain after its approval from the Grand National Assembly by a majority vote on Friday following a 3-hour debate. Friends Rector also objected to the funding package, saying it contained too much unfairness in the allocation of the budget. It also sought to delay proceedings by demanding a formal recorded vote, but was overruled. The bill passed the Assembly, but failed to become law by President Rain's decision. And the Radical says, unfair campaign finance bill crushed. A new bill that further expands on the unfairness of our election system has been approved by the Grand National Assembly and was later vetoed by President Rain. Rain deserves credit for crushing the undemocratic proposal, even though it came from his own party and would have benefited himself. The bill sought to change the rules of eligibility of the public funds that are reserved for every political party in Swordland. It eliminates every party from eligibility to the funds, apart from the 3 that are currently in the Assembly. The insane proposal would have also resulted in the governing United Swordland Party's share from the funds to double. Luckily, President Rain showed us that he can go against his own party when it needs to be done. Nice. Okay. So, looks like next up is heading to Lockhaven for investment in mega infrastructure. Alright, the Ministry of Economy has put forward 2 bold plans for mega infrastructure projects that would help us with the economic recession in the long term. Investing in projects of this scale will take up some portion of our budget, but could prove worthwhile if accomplished successfully. Obviously, we're going to invest. Sweet. Alright. So, I guess we'll stay in Lockhaven and go talk about which project we're going to finance here. The view towards Mark and Sea from Lockhaven was nothing short of exquisite. The seaside state residence fittingly named the Blue Mansion was large, fine, and accommodating. But enjoying the luxurious mansion wasn't the main reason for our visit. We gathered the economic team here to discuss the new infrastructure investment projects. Half an hour had already passed since the start of that meeting, and unfortunately I didn't even have a chance to have my usual afternoon coffee. Looking at the view from the windows, I let my mind drift for a couple of seconds. Simon's voice brought me back into the ongoing discussion. Mr. President, we need to focus on boosting the economy as quickly as possible. One of the fastest ways to achieve this is through infrastructure projects. I nodded. On the one hand, businessmen are complaining about the slow logistical rail network between Holster and Lockhaven. Lily started talking as soon as Simon took a breath. On the other hand, citizens are criticizing the lack of a proper highway connection between Lockhaven and Albury. The narrow roads by the seaside are not only dangerous, but also difficult to traverse. We need to heed the calls of the businesses in these days of recession. Agreed. Improving the rail connection from Holster to Lockhaven would be much more beneficial to our economy. It is not the business people that suffer, but the ordinary folk. What really matters, though, is that we can accomplish something tangible in your first economic act. We must prove our administrative capabilities. The people must know that this administration can get things done. Therefore, I define 2 important projects for your attention, the H3 Highway Project and the L1 High-Speed Railway Project. Mr. Hull repositioned himself on the chair to take a more comfortable posture. The Ministry can only support one project at a time with current capacity and budget. Let's move on to the details of each. So, which one do you want to hear about first? The H3 Highway Project. The H3 project claims to improve the abysmal state of the road network in Ireland regarding... Jeez, I cannot read today. Let's try that one more time. The H3 project aims to improve the abysmal state of the road network in the island region bordering Agnolia. The area is home to several million Agnos sortish and sortish who feel neglected. There are no proper highway connections to and from Ireland. Mayor of Arbery, Eric Neal, has been asking for bigger budget to develop the regional infrastructure. He told us that even trucks are having a hard time traveling through the main roads. The increased traffic is causing trouble for people commuting in and out of the region. I agree. This could also hurt local businesses. It is, bless their souls. I'm happy with thinking alike on the matter. Let's take a more detailed look at the upgrade proposal. Sure, let's look at the map here. Lilius is pointing at Lockhaven. The H3 highway route starts here and leads to Lenkirk. From there it goes all the way to Avery. As a result, the road out towards the Agnolia capital Starport will improve substantially. She paused and leaned forward in her chair. I saw the central government continuously neglect the Agnos-Soldish-dominated regions when I was mayor. Is this administration going to continue that kind of negligence? I mean, maybe we shouldn't neglect a key region for our trade with Agnolia. I don't know. Yeah, sure, but most goods flow to Lockhaven Holster, which gives importance to logistics there. It has to be pointed out the highway would be less beneficial in the near term. I have to disagree. It will increase the speed of transportation throughout the region. Our citizens would be quite pleased if we successfully accomplish this. Besides, if we enter trade talks with Agnolia, they would see the investment as a positive sign. Cool. Well, that's interesting and all, but to move with the highway project. Your predecessor Alfonso has failed to deliver on his campaign promise, but now we have the opportunity to start the construction of the groundbreaking railway project. As you know, our current trains cannot meet the standards of today. As many other countries adopt this new electric engine technology to power the train, we fall one step behind.
News about the new electric trains in Yucatan has piqued business interest. They too want to transport resources and material from Wolfsburg blockade with great speed and efficiency.
Let's go with that one. Major cities of Sortland need more infrastructure to support the growing population.
This should be our priority, growth and development optimization.
Our plan is to upgrade the old L1 line from Wolfsburg blockade, and it will transform to high-speed rail. Gus was pointing holes while Simon was looking attentively.
The planned construction site's right here at the capital. Go to Anarka first. And then connect to Gilsord. After which you'll reach Lockhaven, our economic powerhouse. The L1 will significantly boost the economy on the newly linked cities, and even the rural areas in between. Lockhaven is our primary port, so the goods unloaded there will transport the whole sort faster.
Yes, we should link these rural areas in the middle with the major cities of Sortland. We are talking about the wealthiest regions and forgetting about Island, which needs it all.
Mayor of Anarka, Curtin West, also requests this project to be prioritized.
Businessmen in the region will be very content with increased investments in employment, so therefore I recommend the L1 high-speed rail project. Alright, well, I've already settled my decision. Excellent. What will be your final choice, Mr. President? Alright, well, I take back what I said before. We are investing in the highway, not the railway. So, I've decided on the H3 highway project to improve the infrastructure in our poorer regions. Oh, thank God, I knew you would see reason. The negotiations will begin in the middle of this year. You'll be able to award the contract to a corporation of your choice. The Ministry estimates that the entire construction will finish in 2 years if every step going forward is executed successfully. Good. Is there anything else? That should be all, Mr. President. See you soon, Mr. Rain.
Have a nice day, Mr. President.
Evening settled on the beautiful coastline of Lockhaven. Awesome. Alright. Let's see here. So, looks like all we've got going is pop back to Whole Sword here to invest in our Kazuya Company stocks. Let's see. A personal investment opportunity has been relayed by Mr. Manger, an experienced stockbroker in Ventry City, Kazuya, selling valuable shares of Armadine Industries, an up-and-coming electronics manufacturing company. We could invest or the opportunity pass. Well, we definitely need to invest. Perfect. Alright. So, that leads us to the reception at the inaugural ball. But I think that's as good a spot as any to go and call for today, so we'll have to come back to this later. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see y'all next time.